moving our wrists to increase our synovial fluid. Take a deep breath. What a wonderful opportunity this new day of awakened life is for us. Reverse your circles. Let's brighten up the day a bit. Brighten up the day a bit. There we go. Good morning. Today we visit something that we may have all had an encounter with before, and that is strength. Whether we felt we had the strength in our body to physically complete the task, or we felt we had the capacity and the stability to complete a task in life. Baby girl, are you having fun? Switch arms, circles. She is playing catch and release and catch with herself, and she's done. Good. And reverse. So often we find, even in the body, that strength is not lacking, but rather not able to be expressed because of the environment. And let's move our ribs around our hips. So moving our ribs. If the brain doesn't feel like we are stable enough to express strength, then it has a mechanism to disallow the expression of that strength. Reverse the circles. And the same thing happens for us in life. We often need to have our strength revealed to us to truly believe that we have the capacity. And often we have rules and particular structures or components that we believe, move our hips, our sexy circles now, need to be present for us to be strong enough. And it's often an illusion. We make up the rules often in our own minds. And reverse, sometimes they've been conditioned, those rules for us, and we believe that they're true. And sometimes we just haven't had enough lived experience to see that we have the strength to do something. And sometimes, in all fairness to our cognitive mind, sometimes we need to build a skill which offers us the capacity then to complete something with excellence or at all. But usually strength is not correlated with our actual capacity, but rather our feeling of stability, whether or not we feel like we can do it, whether we have the evidence for ourselves. Let's make circles at the ankles. She is so awake right now. Is this happening for you? Are you feeling more frisky in the mornings now that you've been joining me for 10 days? Macy. Reverse the circles. Breathe. So today we will do some movement that will allow us to feel our capacity, feel our ability, and also acknowledge whether we have the stability or not. Baby girl, that's very loud. That's very, very loud. You need to do that out there. Stay. do that out there, love. Okay. Now that we've completed with our ankles, we're going to bring ourselves down to the floor. As often, our strength needs to be exemplified in a foundational way, which often begins with the ground up. Our stability or lack of in our bodies is often not present from ground up. So our feet, our core, our hips. So what we'll begin to do is point our feet. We're going to point our ankles and pull them back. We're going to point. So this is plantar flexion, reach the toes and pull them back. Breathing. We're just pointing and breathing them back. Breathe and point. Plantar flexion, dorsiflexion. Continue in that manner. We're just pumping some blood. Activating the calf muscles. Now, as you point your toes, squeeze the calves inside your mind. Squeeze the calves so that you feel them activating. Continue that way, pointing and pulling back. Point, contract the calves, pull back. Five more here. Tilting the pelvis so that we're sitting up tall. Breathing. Now, in future videos, I will work on expressing strength within the feet to create stability, as alignment in the feet creates alignment throughout the entire body. For the sake of this series, I don't want to complicate things with equipment. If you have a ball, tennis ball or lacrosse ball, you can begin doing circles with your feet on the balls to stimulate the feet, release some fascial tension. Continue. You should start to feel the calves actually activating without you having to think about it. Good. And then we're going to lay on our backs and revisit our hip bridges. So our knees are bent. Turn on the glutes. Use them to extend the hips up toward the ceiling. Breathing. Hi, baby girl. And down. Repeat. Squeeze the glutes. Elevate the hips. Breathing. Keep the glutes on as you return to the floor and go right back up now. We're going to do 10, 9, 8, Macy, hey, let go. 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Good. And we're going to turn onto our sides. And we're going to bend our knees and squeeze our outside top glute and open up our knees. We're going to be sure to let our toes come apart here, keeping our heels connected. And try not to roll backwards. Macy, let go, baby. Go lay down. Macy, go lay down, sweetheart. We got 6 more here. Macy, hey, stop. 3 more. Ow, that is my skin, my love. Lord have mercy. And switch sides. Macy, go lay down. Go ahead, over there. Lay down. Good girl. Switch sides. Stack your heels up and squeeze to open. And let the toes come apart. She's a very confident pup. She has a very stable home life and gets a lot of loving. She very much has a mind of her own, an expressive personality, and loves to play. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. And then we're going to turn onto our backs. And we're going to bring our legs up in the air. And we're going to create a little bit of tension in the belly and tap one leg down at a time. You don't want to have any movement in the lower back. Keep the feet just slightly higher than the knees as you return to the top. Breathing. And now 2 feet at a time. And you can take the hands over the head if you like, or you can keep them here. Again, you want to control the core here. And if 2 feet is too much, then just continue doing it from the floor like this. It's still very good to warm up the deep core muscles. Psoas, transverse abdominis, all the structural tissues that help give us support. Breathe. And rest. Great. Now we're going to turn over onto our hands and knees. And we're going to do spinal waves. So starting at the tailbone, rounding all the way up to our head is the last thing to go. Our chin comes to chest. And then start again at the tailbone, 1 vertebra at a time, all the way to the neck. Again, tailbone. And tailbone. Let's find neutral here. And we'll do 4-point extensions. So we're going to elongate our opposite arm and leg. Holding, breathing, and switch. And switch. Pull your face up so it doesn't hang down. I'm trying to keep a neutral spine. And your neck is part of your spine. One more each way. Breathe. Good. Now let's practice sitting on our feet while we do some internal external rotation at the shoulder. So you're going to fold your arms down, and then as you bring them up, you're going to turn your thumbs backwards like you're hitchhiking. So turning them down, you can see here, starting in this position here, and I'm simply rotating at the shoulder until my thumbs point backwards. Give you a little more light here. And then let's sit on the feet with the feet flat and continue with our rotation at the shoulder. Breathing. Good. Okay. And now we'll bring one foot forward so that we have our back knee even with our front heel, or as close to it as we can get it without having to lift the front heel. Okay, so I have my left foot forward. My right knee is closely aligned with my left heel, but still hip distance away. So it's my right knee is directly under my right hip. My right heel is under my left hip. My left heel is under my left hip. And I'm going to press down into the heel of my left foot, squeezing my quad on that side, squeezing the glute and lifting. My butt will go in the air and your hands remain on the floor and come back down. As you come down, lift the chest. Squeeze the quad, squeeze the glute, press into that leg and come up and back down. Squeeze the quad, squeeze the glute, pressing through the foot. Coming up. Chest comes up, squeeze and press. Breathing. Breathing. 3 more here, 3 more. Squeeze the quad, squeeze the glute, pressing through the foot. 2 more. 1 more. Excellent. And switch legs. So right foot is forward. Left knee is still under the left hip, but it's nearly in alignment with the right heel. We're letting the knee pass the ankle here as much as we can on this right side. So you don't want to try to keep your knee behind your ankle. You want to let it bend. That's that dorsiflexion we were practicing earlier. We did that for this reason, to allow the knee to pass the ankle and still keep the ankle grounded through the heel. Chest begins up, pressing into the heel, squeeze the quad, squeeze the glute, and press through the floor. Keeping the hips square and back down. So press and down. Breathe. Three more now. You should be feeling pretty warm by now. We're working with some of the biggest muscles in the body, so lots of blood flow is required and oxygen. Breathing. Excellent. Okay. And from here, we'll move to expressing strength through the upper body. Come on over here, love. Come on. Good. So let's start on the hands and knees. And the fingers spread nice and wide. Move the knees back until you are leaning in a position where you feel like you could lower your chest right between your thumbs. So we're going to go very slowly, the elbows bending at a 45-degree angle, and we're going to lower to the floor right between our hands, nice and slowly. And then push your butt up, and you can either push back up from here, or just get up however you can and begin again. If you're able to go all the way down, slowly lowering through the full range, and then push back up, then do so. If not, slowly lower as far as you can, and then just get back up however you need to, okay? We're gonna do 6 more here, slowly lowering. It often requires much more control and strength, actually, to maintain slow descent or eccentric curve or phase of the movement than to actually push up. Slowly lowering it can actually build it twice as fast as well. The eccentric phase requires a lot of stability. And you can feel whether or not you have it. Are you able to keep the same alignment from start to finish and control all the way to the floor? Let's do 1 more. Slowly lowering down. And if you have the ability to push back up, do so. Okay. So here you got to see if you had the ability to express strength both through the lower and upper body. And these 2 things are something that you can practice. Both of them give you stability at the joints that need it the most, both in the shoulders and the hips. And from here, we'll move to our final movement that's integrative, and we'll revisit our favorite movement that we've done before, which is the squat. And so let's move slowly into the squat by accessing the hip flexors, pulling them in, like so. So I'm pulling my hip flexors in, creating room for my femurs, and sinking down, inhaling, squeezing the quads and the glutes once more, and rising. And down, and up. Inhaling, and up. Five, 4, 3, 2 more. Last one. Excellent. Okay, let's come on down to the floor and finish with our breath for the day and our intention. So today we're going to do a 360 breath with some holding. So we're going to inhale through the nose, expanding our breath deeply down into the belly and 360 degrees. When we feel full, we're going to hold it. And when you're ready for your next breath, wait 1 more second and then slowly exhale with control. Inhaling, here we go. Holding. And then exhale. So holding both accesses the subconscious mind. It also increases capacity. Let's do this again. Inhaling. Holding. And exhale. We'll do one more without cueing. Inhale to your fullest capacity. When you feel like you've inhaled to your fullest capacity, inhale a bit more and hold. When you want to release, hold just a little longer and then let go slowly under control. Ready? Here we go. Inhale. And a little more. And slowly release. So we exemplify, demonstrate for ourselves that we have the capacity to do more than we thought. We got to the end of our capacity initially, and then we inhaled more. And then we held it longer than we thought we could. And sometimes we just need to see ourselves doing that. See ourselves, feel ourselves have the ability to do a little more than we thought we could. And then we're able to demonstrate this expression of greater strength than we initially thought, which is priceless. And from this place of expanded perception of our own strength, what's your intention for today? What would you like to embody today? Maybe it's strength. Maybe it's this continuing this wave of demonstrating strength and capacity. That was greater than you thought. Maybe it's sharing with someone else that they are also stronger than they thought, and giving this drop of wisdom to them. It's a share-worthy concept. Often we know many people who would be living a bigger life or a more aligned life if they believed that they were even just a little stronger than they think they are. Because usually strength is not about our actual capacity, but about our feeling safe enough to express it. And safety is something that we create for ourselves. And full strength, expression of our strength can also be called our power. The ability to wield our strength quickly over a distance is our power. So I will leave you with that today. If you feel aligned with our continued visualization, go ahead and take the next minute to 3 minutes and see yourself as who you are becoming. Embody him or her. Let them be who you are. The world is waiting for you to fully express your strength, to live aligned with your gifts on purpose. Until tomorrow, tap in, rise up, and have a powerful day.